Okay, so let's get into the podcast a little bit.
Yeah,
This is an endeavor,
yeah.
and I know that running a podcast is not easy. So walk me through the reasoning. Like, when did you have this light bulb go off and say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a podcast with my daughter about Taylor Swift and her storytelling through music.
Well, over the years, we kind of bonded over a lot of singer-songwriters, and I would take her
That's
to
very cool.
concerts like Adele or Lady Gaga, and um, I would start to use some of the song lyrics to teach her things, right? And one of the most memorable was when she was like, I don't know, 8, and the song "Shake It Off" um, came out by Taylor, one of her most popular songs, and it begins, "I stay out too late. I've got nothing in my brain. That's what people say." And so I thought, well, I could teach. This is irony. And I could teach my daughter irony. I could ask her the question, well, Taylor Swift says, I've got nothing in my brain, but does she believe that she has nothing in her brain? Or, because the next line is, that's what people say. Right? That's what people say. So just interrogate my daughter, have a conversation with my daughter. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, no, obviously she doesn't believe that. Well, then why does she say something she doesn't believe? Right? Well, that's what irony is. And then when I realized, and this was the big thing for me, I realized, oh, I could do this with my daughter. I could do this podcast with my daughter, or at least I thought I did. I could. I didn't know, right? I know how talented she is, but you don't know. Can I sit next to her for 50 minutes
Yeah,
and have a conversation? And she turns out to be the star of the show. I'm really her straight man.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to. It's so funny, but you know, I'm happy to do that.
Of
And
course.
so yeah, I will sometimes get off a little bit nerdy, as you would say, storytelling nerd, and then she'll throw some cold water on me or something, and
As she should.
it's a lot of fun. And as you know, if the podcast isn't fun for the people doing it,
Buddy.
right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you mean.
That's what, decoding Taylor Swift in the podcast. What we're really trying to do is teach people the storytelling secrets by going through her songs and other songs too that she connects to reveal the tricks of storytelling. And she uses them all. That's what I sort of came to realize in how she writes these. And she loves hero's journey stories. She wrote a whole song called Anti-Hero. Right.
That's
and
right.
and the
Right.
opening line of that song shows that she understands, because the opening line of that song is, I have this thing where I get older but just never wiser. Right. So the hero is defined by the fact that they learn and grow.
Yeah.
The anti-hero and does not.
Dang.
Right. And the other defining features is the hero is selfless and the anti-hero is selfish, right? And so those are the two defining personas in stories. And so yeah, she is doing a lot in those songs, and she uses a lot of foreshadow. People expect, if you're going to tell that circular story of the hero's journey, normal world, normal person, go into the special world through a journey, a quest, gain knowledge, and then bring it back to the normal world. There's foreshadow. It's a circular story, right? So even, I often ask people, what was Dorothy's last name in The Wizard of Oz? Her last name was Gale, as in a windstorm.
Yeah.
As in yes, she gets swept up in a windstorm. And so, there's never, all the great stories do have this element of foreshadow that either, and if it's done well, you may not notice all of it, but you will feel it all, and it will make the ending circular. And some people are, try to be more obvious about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think you have to have a spectrum of overt, what I call overt and covert, foreshadow.